It's the end of day 2 of LDX 3 2026. I finally got home, started to process what just happened, wearing the swag. That seems like the most appropriate title that we can have on our cast now this time. Today was very much about the people side of our roles around management and leading in engineering. I made notes about everything, so I'm still trying to process it. But basically, it's all about how we handle AI, how we work with AI, and how we prepare people to be more involved and aware of what AI is capable of, but also keeping an eye on people as they adopt it as well. The first session we joined in the day was really quite insightful, actually, and quite inspiring. It was from in Coldwater. They are a key member of the Kubernetes community. And they talked a lot about the Minnesota ice story, which happened last year, how the community came together to help each other out. Their message was really around like finding people to play to their strengths, looking into their qualities, but also being the adult in the room. And that was the interesting message that resonated with me. People are looking for the adult in the room, and as the engineering leader, I am it. So that was a really quite interesting message that they sent out, and actually I thought would be an amazing TED talk, to be honest. Then I went to a session with Danit Nativ from Meta, and she was talking a lot around how AI has killed the coding interview. So what they've done at Meta to combat that. Really quite interesting, and she was really under like an NDA about what they could really share, but they basically built their own framework, their own system, which is like the Cursor UI, which is agentic central coding to the side, and created a platform and a program for engineers to be monitored. But what they were saying was how they have adopted AI into the process rather than using scrapers, which we know interview candidates might use anyway, giving them the tooling and giving them the scenarios to work through. But then you've got a human observing and steering the conversation while the candidate works with AI to build the solution. What was fascinating as well was the fact that they've actually successfully rolled this out now, and even the training they had to provide with 5,000 members of Meta. And that just reminds you of the scale of Meta right now. The next session I went to was with Clegg from Wise. He was talking about how to scale juniors in the AI era. So it's like the next stage of what we just talked about from a recruitment perspective. Now it's talking about how we grow people with AI instead. He talked about the boot camps that they have set up at Wise, the academies they've got going on, how they're using like AI in the job as well. So they've set up like AI clusters and pipelines to make sure that they are using it effectively. They've got Slack bots that have integrated with that as well. It's all about early careers. It's all about supporting early careers, but also how we make sure that the people around them are with them on the journey, not necessarily working in isolation. He also talks a bit about how you have to find the right teachers for this stuff. If you've got juniors that are coming in, have you got the right people to support them as mentors or as coaches? But finding their strengths and playing into them as well. Next session I went to was around burnout in managers. So this is more like the senior level of tech leadership, but how we could all identify 4 dimensions of burnout when it comes to engineering management. Let's talk about AI here for once, actually. But I think the core message here was the 4 types of burnout that are available in exhaustion, emotional distance, reduced efficacy, and the identity gap. And that last one, I think, is what really taps into us, is like how we are becoming not redundant, but we're still trying to question our roles now with agentic AI coming in, with AI sort of doing jobs for people now. But, where there's this human element and what actually our role entails. Another session I went to was with Simone from Kraken. And he talked about how he used AI to augment his role. So he created like a suite of agents to help him. And he gave them names, which I quite like as well. I mean, each to their own. If you don't want to personalise your agents, you don't have to. I had a joke with someone afterwards about how you could just give them like cartoon character names that you can reference. But the point was, he's created like a suite of all these roles that are either data analysts or project managers or PAs or calendar experts. So giving very specific roles to these agents, but making sure that they're aware of each other and making sure they set their boundaries. And he said he has actually improved his capacity to focus on his own growth by creating these agents, which was quite an interesting concept. It's something I'm actually exploring at the moment, like how I can use AI to make my job a little bit more efficient, stop wasting time on certain things, but giving me the space to tap into my human element and my human skills with the people that I have to work with. They're the 5 main ones that I took away. But yesterday was really about networking as well. I left myself a little buffer to go around and meet people, walk the floor, look at what the stands were doing, meet people that I'd actually bumped into. I managed to hand out all my PETALS quarterly planners, which was nice, just explaining what it's for and be like, oh, this is cool. And then I'm going to go read about PETALS now. And it's quite nice just getting that feedback as well from people that are saying, oh yeah, this is something we definitely need to explore. And absolutely, have a look at the website. I relaunched the marketing website this week at usepetals.com. It's still a work in progress, but we've been sitting on it for way too long. I'm just like, look, it's never going to be perfect. It's a better message now. It explains what the framework's all about. It gives you the pointers to get started. So usepetals.com is live now. That's our new marketing site. I need to retire the old one at petals.team. It's outdated now. So yeah, this week, lost the process and still need to chew through these notes. I'm going to throw my handwritten notes at some models and see if it can process it and pull some patterns together. That's it for this week, and then I'll be back hopefully soon with some more content like this.